Johns Hopkins week. What's the feeling going into this one? Kind of back-to-back rivalries here for you.
Yeah, it's great that they're coming into the Carrier Dome. We've had a lot of great games over the years, and a lot of times playing for championships. And a big game for both teams. They want to get another win and be playing well this time of year. And Blue Jays in the Dome, what gets better than that?
It's another great face-off guy you run into in Hunter Moreland this week. What stands out about his game?
He gets the ball to himself. He's very, very quick hands. He's physically a strong player, so that once he gets down the ball, he gets it out to himself. He picks it up by himself, and he gives that offense a lot of valuable possessions. I think he's about 65% right now, and he's played well, especially in the last couple of games.
Marr and Stanwork are as good a tandem on attack as you'll run into most places. How do you defend those two this week?
They're doing a good job. I think what's making them more dangerous lately is they've had a couple of younger guys step up. Williams on the attack end, and number 3 in the midfield. A freshman is playing really well right now. The last game, he was a big part of the reason they beat Princeton. So I think the fact they've got other players stepping up is making life easier for them instead of carrying the weight of the world on their shoulders. But Marr's been doing a nice job finishing the ball. He's been a good inside player. Stanwick's a good quarterback. They try to do some big littles behind the goal where they take a midfielder behind and try to get him picked off to a short stick defender to help create some offense. So they're starting to figure out who they are, and they're playing well, and that face-off guy gives them a lot of possessions.
Is your team figuring out who you guys are? After that Albany game, you guys have bounced back and put together 2 pretty solid games.
Yeah, well, when we played Binghamton, we won just about all the face-offs, and there's a trick to playing when you don't win face-offs. So Albany had won a majority of their face-offs. We hadn't adjusted yet to not playing when we don't have the ball after the face-off. So I think against Virginia, you saw the difference early on. Virginia was able to get some transition, some goals off of winning face-offs, and then when Danny came alive, it took away that aspect of their game. So we were able to get some transition. So the face-offs are pretty big, but you have to learn how to play whether you're winning or losing with the face-off.
So no Nate this week, right? And who's going to take his place on the first line?
No Nate. We'll move some people around, but Voight will probably get the start with Bomberry and Rafus.
And we never got your chance to get your thoughts about the play and the ejection?
Well, there's an ACC rule where the coaches are not allowed to comment on the particular call.
Well, just about Nate's frustration, or not calls out, but just a goalie like that?
Well, it's not. It doesn't help that we won't have Nate in the game. It not only hurts him, it hurts the team.
The 1-goal games, here we go again, kind of like last year, last 2. Is that kind of just the way lacrosse is now?
I think it is. We were a little disappointed. We thought we played pretty well. Had a nice lead going in the fourth quarter. Then we had a couple of turnovers that they capitalized on right after the turnover, so they were able to get back into it. And I wish we'd played a little more steady at the end of the fourth quarter just to keep the ball at our end of the field. But Virginia, they can play fast. They came back, and fortunately Tucker was able to get the winner for us.
Yeah, but the way you guys are winning these games, I think you've won 11 of the 13 1-goal games lately. So
yeah.
What's that say?
It's better than losing 11 of the 13, that's for sure. I don't know. The fact that we've been able to win those kinds of games is good for us because. Let's face it, when you're playing against good teams, you can play games. They should be close. So the fact that we're able to come up on top is big for us.
How's Tyson and Helmer, their status this week?
Getting there. Tyson, we expect to see him pretty soon, and Helmer be a little bit yet, but I think Helmer starts running today.
How about Fernandez? I know he went down and grabbed his knee at the end of the game.
Yeah, I don't know anything about that yet. He definitely has an injury. He won't be playing on Saturday, and we're waiting to see what that is.
And is that would Laz come in to replace him? Or?
Yeah, Laz. You could see Grant Murphy. He's been playing with a short stick down low. He could come up. Barlow's been doing a good job. Kennedy's come up top. Especially if we were to get Bomberry back at the close defense end. So there could be a combination of people.
Is it accurate to say Hopkins is the most physical rivalry you guys have? I could just think of some hits over the years in this game.
Yeah, I've been watching a lot of tape, and they've been very physical this year, especially on face-offs and riding situations. So that statement's not far off.
Going back to face-offs a little bit, I know you guys have been going with 2 poles on the wing. Is that something you feel like has been successful?
I think it has, especially against Army when he was, their face-off guy had won the majority going into the fourth quarter. we were able to put the ball back down the ground, and Danny came alive in the fourth quarter in that game. And even against UVA, their wings are terrific. And we were able to put the ball back down the ground a couple times to gain some possessions. And they've been doing a good job not only to do that, but to be able to pick it up. I mean, especially Kennedy's been picking the ball up off the ground. And to get 2 goals out of him against Virginia, that was, not only are we getting possessions, we're getting points from a freshman defenseman. So that was big for us.
And that wasn't something you expected, I assume. You put him in, you think he's going to get a ground ball, maybe a possession, but not necessarily push to score, right?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of times, if you're winning face-offs, you try to get an offensive player out there if you can, so that when you do get the ball, you're a threat. But to have Poles be offensive threats, that's a bonus.